Welcome everyone. Forest Green here. It's probably like the 5th time I tried to record this video because my brother is so loud. But anyway, let's get right on to it. So today I'm here to power scale Chun-Li. This isn't no ordinary Chun-Li. This is Chun-Li from the Darkstalkers comics. This is the Darkstalkers version of Chun-Li. I'll go over the AP, speed, any type of special ability she may have, and I'm going to talk to him in this video. Also, I'd like to say a big shout out to Korins for helping me with deciphering certain scans and information throughout the feats. But anyway, let us begin. So I'm going to start with attack potency. So I'm going to have to talk about some of the Darkstalker characters and how I'm able to decipher Universal Plus. So Jada himself, when he was banished from the Makai, he was left in between voids, I believe, like in between realms, so the human realm and the demon realm. And what he did was he was able to create a space-time continuum, like a pocket of space-time between the human and the demon realms, and he basically created this his own dimension, his own realm, and it's called the Majigan. This easily is Universal Plus. He even states that he created this own universe literally out of his own flesh and blood. So this is easily Universal Plus. Why Chun-Li scales to Universal Plus and why Chun-Li is Universal Plus in the comics is because she was able to hurt Jeddah with her own spiritual attacks, which I'll also talk about in a moment. Now, hear me out. She did get some help because there was like a bunch of other characters like Ken and some of the other Darkstalker characters as well that needed to try and put Jeddah down. But I have more consistency to prove that she's Universal Plus, because these characters like John and Morrigan, who can hurt Jeddah and get through his durability, Chun-Li has smacked them. Chun-Li has smacked John. She bodied John. She's even gone toe-to-toe with Morrigan, who also scales to Jeddah. And Morrigan was actually able to hurt Jeddah as well. The only reason Jeddah survived was because no one could stop his Type 3 immortality. But if he didn't have Type 3 immortality or soul resistance, he would have got shish kebabbed, and he would have got killed easily. But yes, I'll continue on. So there is a scan also, if just in case people try to argue this, that Morrigan was basically holding back on Chun-Li during their fight. Yes, it's true that Morrigan was holding back because what happened was Jeddah was tricking Chun-Li into thinking that Morrigan was her enemy, and it wasn't the case. It was a misunderstanding. He was trying to get Chun-Li to turn against her own, to basically turn against Morrigan, who was actually on her side. I'm going to debunk this because even if Morrigan was not holding back, Chun-Li has shown to hold her own and actually whoop Morrigan. As the series goes on in the comics, just right before the crossover, Morrigan flies in. I'll show that scan. She basically kisses Chun-Li's boss and tries to absorb his life energy. And I think she tries to take his soul as well. And Chun-Li was able to fend off, and not just fend off. She kicked the shit out of Morrigan and actually beat her in a fight. So consistently, Chun-Li should easily, if not, she should be she should be Universal Plus easily. Tap potency. So now that I've covered that out of the way, I'm going to be talking about her speed. Now, I'm going to go over Jedda's statements. I've got 2 here. So, let's explain this. So, in this scan, Jeddah states that he was outside of time and space, like he drifted. He basically perfected his blood manipulation. And he was basically unaffected by the whole jurisdiction of time. This should easily make Jeddah, in terms of speed, immeasurable. There's another scan here I have, he states himself, my time spent outside of space and time allowed me the opportunity, as I mentioned before, to take complete control over my blood and form. So that is easily immeasurable speed, and these same characters who can tag and even hurt Jeddah, they would need the necessary speeds to even keep up with Jeddah or even do anything to Jeddah. And of course, Chun-Li has beaten these characters who should scale to this, like John and Morrigan. So Chun-Li easily should have immeasurable speed. Now, on to her special abilities, now that I've covered that out the way. And pretty much durability is the same as your AP. Chun-Li displays an ability that she does have in the game, but she doesn't really use it. She refuses not to in character. It's basically the killing intent. It's like the raging demon, because it attacks your soul. So what happened was, in Darkstalkers, she was fighting against Bashomon, I think that's his name. Sorry if I butcher it. But basically, Bashomon is a spirit that was cursed. Look, he was a spirit that was sealed inside some armor and shield, and it was cursed. And all it wanted was basically blood and violence. And the rest of the gang who were fighting this Bashomon, they were struggling to kill it. They actually couldn't deal with it. And the only way Chun-Li could deal with it was that she had to give in and unlock her killing intent powers. And that's what she did. She pretty much relearnt everything that Gen taught her, even though she refused it. And then she had to use the killing intent, which she did, where she basically blitzes and like slashes past him like back and forth to attack Bashomon's soul. And basically she negged his soul and pretty much destroyed his soul, and the weaponry that was cursed was left on the floor like it was trash, basically. So yeah, Chun-Li has some spiritual hacks. This also is consistent because in the Street Fighter world and Chi itself, Chi is spiritual in nature, as it's been shown that other characters can perform soul hacks, for example, like the Raging Demon, which Akuma can do himself, Evil Ryu can do himself, Gen can also do it, and now Chun-Li can also do it. So, overall, in terms of everything else, everything should be the same. As I mentioned before, go watch my previous power scaling video. That should all align to Chun-Li's skill and her other abilities. So yes, in terms of AP, Universal Plus in power, has immeasurable speed, and also has a soul manipulation, so she can destroy your soul with the killing intent. But yes, folks, I hope you folks enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun doing this video. Like, Darkstalkers is a very powerful universe, and it's one of my favorite comics to read. And this is like one of my favorites because a lot of the Street Fighter characters get fat buffs in the comic version, of course. This isn't aligned with the main canon, I believe, so just in case anyone tries to call me out and say I'm wanking, no, this is a completely different thing. But yes, folks, hope you folks enjoyed this power scaling video. I will be doing another power scaling video soon. I'll be talking about maybe another Darkstalkers character. We'll leave that for the secrets. But yes, Forest Green, signing out. Peace.